Hello, and welcome back to episode 2 inside of our Forever Worlds. In this episode, I hope to finish my house and take on the Pillager Outpost. First, we are going to go and put away some items. And I had an idea while I was deciding whether or not I was going to continue with this series, which I evidently have continued. I had an idea for how to go and make the base look better. So, we need to go and chop down the tree over there. But for the staircase on the side, I think we should go and replace these with full cobblestone blocks. And then use some dark oak plank stairs things going down here, because I think that will match the spruce wood a lot better. So let's first go and mine up the tree. And like I said, in the last episode, this is only my second time playing Minecraft with a keyboard and mouse, so I'm a bit with the controls. So you'll have to bear with me as I figure out the controls properly. Because while I could use a controller, I've decided, you know what? I use controller for everything else I do in Minecraft, like my creative world and my skyblock world. So for this series, I want it to be like my first try using keyboard and mouse. I want it to just feel fresh, kind of. Not necessarily just for the viewer, but for me especially. Because I don't think it'll feel too fresh for the viewer, really. Because, well, if anything, it's arguably worse me using this for the quality of the videos. But I want to try it out because, well, it's like a bit challenging, which can make the game more fun. And it's night time now, so let's just quickly gather up the last few logs and quickly hop to bed. I've still not really figured out how to sprint properly, because I keep using W twice, which that is one way to do it, but I feel like there's another button. Oh, it's control. Right, I figured it out now. Whether I actually use it or not at some point, I probably will end up going back to just double tapping the walk button. But it's worth noting that I do now know what button to use. So now we are going to try to continue with this house that I was building last episode. Right, I think that's the same level. So I don't really have a plan for this house too much, but I do know that I might add a little bit off to the side here at some point, because I feel like this is just a bit of a basic, boring shape. Because originally I was going to use that space there as part of the house, but then I decided to go and give it a foundation of cobblestone, and that's not where the staircase is, of course, so I can't really use that area as part of the house. So let's just try and figure out a suitable size for over here. I think maybe there for one of the pillars. I think there as well. And I think just placing down one layer of cobblestone and then topping it off with a layer of oak planks, leaving a gap for a window. That could do quite nicely. So this is going to be a slabbed roof, so we need them 2 blocks there. And then I think up here we'll have another window. But we need more oak logs and oak planks to finish that. Let's just quickly check, do we have any? Alright, we don't have any. So we are off to go and mine down the sporadic oak trees around my current base. Do I have food? You know what? Before we go and to get some oak, let's quickly go and get some food. Because I've just realised we're on 4 hearts and we're close to starving, and we might as well go and get the saplings for this big spruce tree that I've mined, because, well, we don't want them despawning, because that'd mean that I don't know if we actually have any more spruce saplings right now. Well, I want to be able to get more spruce in the foreseeable future without having to go and find more spruce trees in the polar biomes or just the taigas. So yeah, let's put the saplings away and smelt up our pork chops, and now we can go and mine up some oak logs from the oak trees. Wow. So there's some bones, so a skeleton died here. I'm a bit shaky with my mouse right now because I don't really understand how to properly use a mouse. Because, like, I've never actually used a mouse before, really. Only on the odd occasion for, like, doing some random, like, activity on a PowerPoint or a Word document. And other than that, it's always been me using a laptop instead with a mouse pad on it, or whatever it's called. And I always found them easier as well, so it's an entirely new experience. But there is a village over there, which I'll probably check out soon, because I know there's a village off over there near where we spawned in. But, like, I don't really know much about this world, because, unlike some people, I chose just to go and generate it with a random seed. Or it might not have been a random seed, but it wasn't a seed that I checked. I know that much. I don't know what the seed is, and I don't know what anything is, because if it is the world I think it is, then I did choose a seed for it. It was just a bit random. What was that sound? That was a bit spooky. So, as of the time I'm recording this, it is October 27th right now. So I'm preparing for, like, going out with friends on Halloween or something. Well, much nearer to the time. But, yeah, so it's getting a bit late in the year now. And, I mean, I am enjoying this world, to be fair. Like, it's I probably said this already, but I enjoy a challenge world. I enjoy a challenge world very often, like Skyblock. Of course, like, my Skyblock world's not really a challenge world, because I do add in, like, a bunch of things, like the new islands everywhere beforehand, but like, it's very often that I don't actually know where most of the stuff is on the islands or what's on what island, because I end up building the islands and then recording a video like the week after, so that I'm not getting like an unfair advantage in the world by being able to go and dictate what's where and what I have when I want. So yeah, but this world's completely different. The last time I really played normal survival Minecraft, I got to, I think, around about 400 days, and I live streamed it all on my Twitch. But I've now deleted that world, I think, or I might have it like stored somewhere, but I don't have any intentions of returning to it anytime soon. But I also, before that, my last time playing survival was in a, what's it called? In my legacy console Xbox One Edition Minecraft world, which was fun. I still sometimes pop back on that world, and because I've updated it. But other than that, I haven't played much normal survival because I've spent a lot of my time recently in Minecraft playing in my creative world, because, well, I find building in creative decently fun, to put it simply, because, well, you've got all the materials you could ever want, and there's no need for anything else, and it's not really a challenge, which makes it easy, but not too easy, because like I do limit myself on like what I can and can't do. Like, I can't just use commands to go and spawn in massive amounts of blocks for the terrain that I build, but I can occasionally use a bit. So I think right now the best option would be to go straight towards the pillager outpost after, craft a boat, and then use the boat to cross the water to get there. So I've basically come to the conclusion that this world, like, every world has a style, and I kind of want it to be a bit of like a medieval fantasy. I mean, like, I know like a lot of people do that, but I'm going to try my hand at it. But I also want to just like mess around a bit in the world. Well, let's just go and free this iron golem in a second. And let's be careful not to hit him, because I would rather him not be against me. So I'm going to go and eat my last little bit of steak. I'm going to push him out. I can't be bothered finding that one. So I'm going to get a quick little bit of the dark oak, and then I'm going to sail back home to base. So we've got our spruce. And now let's go back home to go and sleep, and then finish the last little bit of the trim for the staircase, and then we can begin work on the roof, which for some reason I want to have a bit of like maybe some copper. I know I want some deep slate. Alright, there we go. We can now sleep. Oh, 15 minutes into the recording already. So let's just make sure there's no like mobs like creepers around. Alright, the creepers are all over there. So we should be alright to just go and craft some wood and then some stairs. Oh no. Oh, I'm not prepared to fight a creeper. Because I tried to hit him and then run back, but I forgot what the button is to go backwards. Like, I know what button it is, kind of. I just forgot where it was, I guess. So let's just fill in the creeper hole. And it did expose a piece of iron, so I mean, I'm not that mad about it. But now, there's a wandering trader. Alright, so he wants buckets filled with random produce or whatever for emeralds, and emeralds for all of this. Well, we've got spruce logs. There's sugarcane around the world that we've just, over there. Alliums can't be that rare. White dye, well, we've got 3 bone meal, which turns into white dye. Lily pads, that could be useful, but we can find them in a swamp. And pointed dripstone, we can find in a dripstone cave, which probably won't be that difficult to find, hopefully. But you never know anymore. So let's get some coal and make some torches, because we're gonna need some torches to light up the inside of our base. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. And then let's do... What on earth? Where is it decided I need that many torches from? Not torches, levers. It's just I can't even craft, really. Well, hopefully we'll find something to do with that many levers. I still don't think we will, but possibly. Oh, there's some mobs down here. So we're gonna have to get down to deep slate level, I guess, which means doing a little bit of mining. And unlike some people, I'm gonna do on-camera mining. So we do need copper, so let's just gather up this entire vein of copper. Because I would like to use some oxidized cut copper for the roof. I think that's what it is. Because I feel like that could go very well with the style I want to use today. Well, not today, in this world generally. And, alright, so why are we digging it 5 blocks high? I don't know anymore, but I guess I might as well just dig it 5 blocks high at this point, because I've done it for a few layers now. Well, that's the wrong block. Alright, let's just get the coal. And some iron as well. More iron. Oh, apparently we can get a lot of stuff while mining. And we're not even down to deep slate yet. More copper, get in. Because we're probably going to need a lot of this. Because, well, with all the new copper things, they all look so good. So I'm probably going to end up building with a lot of copper in this world. But one thing that really confuses me is how so many people are always starting hardcore worlds. Because like I feel like I could never start a hardcore world and build in it, because I'd always be like scared that I'd end up dying in the world, and then well, you can't respawn, so all the stuff that you've grown attached to, that you've built, it's all gone. And like yeah, you can look back on it, but like you built an entire world. Like, some people build entire worlds and all that, and then they just like start a new survival world afterwards in hardcore, and they're like, oh well, what a shame. I couldn't manage that, I don't think. But is there another piece of coal? There we go. Did I get the coal? I don't know. If not, what a shame. We just need to go back up to the surface and get a new pickaxe, because we can't do much with this one. You know what? Let's combine these two axes together, because that'll give us slightly more durability than the two combined. I'm pretty sure that's how it works these days. I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere, but if it's not true, tell me in the comments. So there we go. There's a simple staircase. Takes up a lot of the floor, that does, but that's the price of a staircase, I guess. So that's enough to leave here. Let's just go and put the 16 coal in this one with the copper. Do we have any iron in here? No, we don't. Of course we don't. Wow, we're already on day number 5. I didn't even realise it. So let's just go and collect all our items really from the furnaces. Alright, let's just put away some like random extra items like all this. Let's put away the iron pick with all our first tools of each variant. And let's put away the bones, the bone meal, the hay bales, the stairs, and the andesite, and the cobblestone, and the diorite, and the wood. Because I feel like this is probably enough. Actually, you know what? Let's just take them 2 sticks, because we actually need sticks for our pickaxe, don't we? I forgot about that. And I don't want to just craft a bunch of sticks right now, because I'll save that for if we end up in a cave and we need more torches. Well, this is so much quicker than if you just hit your head on everything. That's probably why I decided to dig a bigger tunnel this time, because usually I would just dig a 3 high one going all the way down. But I guess I couldn't be bothered hitting my head, and this is a lot quicker going down. It takes more time to go and dig it all, but I guess the advantage is that we go down quicker. So, what are we at? What are we doing now? Where are we at? Right, we're at Y26. I think that's like the level to go and find iron at, actually. Well, that might have been like before 1.18 when the world height changed and everything. But I remember it was at one point. I remember that because, well, when I used to play old Minecraft, that was the level that the internet told me that I should mine at when I searched it up to find iron. And some old facts don't go out of your head, really. They just stay there forever, ingrained into your mind. Oh wow, we're 25 minutes in pretty much, and we're still digging down. 25 minutes into my recording right now, and I'm just digging down in a tunnel. we've not really done much in this so far. But I mean, like, I don't want to do too much because, like, I don't want to get diamond armor right now. Because, like, in most worlds, I would be rushing to get diamond armor in episode 1, but I want this to be a slower paced world. Because, like, I hear so many stories about people getting burnt out of their worlds because they just go for, like, massive projects all the time. And then they just start a new one. Like the 2-week Minecraft server phase. And well, I don't want this to be just like a 2-week phase. I actually want to play in this world for a bit more time than just 2 weeks. And well, this series is actually easier for me to make than the Skyblock one. Because, well, yesterday I did record a lot for Skyblock. And I've been sat on footage for like episode 8, I think, for about 4 weeks. Because I recorded a lot of footage for the Skyblock Let's Play a while ago. And now I haven't edited much of it, really. Because I just got a bit bored of editing it a bit, like all the time. Because it needs so much work for it to properly work, that does. Whereas this one, I can just load up Minecraft on my PC and just start playing, pretty much. And well, then I don't have to do voiceovers like I do in Skyblock, because well, my headset is my mic, so I can just talk like this throughout recording, and then I can go and mute segments where, like, it doesn't make sense, whatever I'm saying, and I can skip over portions of whatever I'm doing, and it gives me more of a reason to get time-lapse music, because if I'm talking throughout everything, then when I'm time-lapsing, like, I have to go and mute it, so there's no Minecraft music sped up in the background, is there anymore? But, yeah. I mean, we are a fair bit away from spawn, aren't we? Now that I think about it. Let's just get one more deep slate, I think. Yeah. Because that's 63 plus 21. That's how I do, like, my maths for my stairs and slabs, really. Because, like, I can't be bothered adding them all together all the time. Because I know it's 84, but I also can't be bothered using mental division or whatever to go and figure out how many 3s can go into it, so how many slabs I can use. Whereas if I go 63 and 21, I know that it's definitely divisible by 3, and I know it's definitely something, once I add them together, it'll be divisible by 6. So let's just, like, craft up some polished deep slate to go and turn into bricks. So now we've got our bricks, and then we need to go and craft some slabs. And some stairs. So, like I said before, the plan for the roof is for a trim of deep slate bricks, and then the inside will be oxidized copper, which means I've got a lot of mining to do to get all the copper we need, and well, we need to go and do a lot of aging with the copper. Unless we can find a trial chamber, in which case we'll have all the copper we could ever desire, really. Because there's all that oxidized copper free for the taking. think 3 blocks of 3 gaps should be enough. Let's just clear the grass around it, because I don't know if that slows down the growth, but I don't want to try it. I'll test it even. Well, let's just see. Right, we've got 1 more iron in here. Let's just craft a pickaxe out of stone. And another one, why not? Oh. Shouldn't press that button. Right, so why is it not working now? Why is my scroll wheel not working? There we go. Like, my scroll wheel wasn't working for a second there. That really confused me. Because like the rest of my mouse was working. But apparently just going into the inventory fixed it. It's a bit of a weird problem that was. But oh well. So let's save that for later. And go and explore the village. The nearby village over here. And while I did say we're going to explore the pillager outpost, we could do that in a minute. Because we are now only 32 minutes into this recording, and usually I work with about an hour's worth of footage at least, sometimes more. So I've got at least another half an hour of footage that I can record. But I might just leave this as raw, unedited footage and video and all that. Depending on whether or not I feel like this is a good enough video on its own. And depending on whether or not I feel like it's long enough or too long for a video. So, what is in this village? This is just a normal house. That's a normal house. Does this one have a chest in it? No, this one's not the one I thought it was. I thought it was the leather worker or whatever. This one doesn't have a chest in it. This one, nope. So that one doesn't have a chest in it either. Is this the cartographer or what? No, it's just a normal house. So nothing in them 2 houses. The other one down there probably might have something in there. Right, we forgot to bring our hoe with us. So we're just going to have to go and mine the hay by hand. Well, the cows have escaped their pens in this village. So I guess the villagers are doing great. But I guess they do still have their own pigs in the pen. So let's go and make the villagers' day even worse. Let's dig into this wall. And then we can go and yeah, no, I can't do a crit while editing really. So yeah. Alright, so that's that guy dealt with. Oh, there's more terrain and all that over there. So like this little side of the area, like the land mass that we've settled on, I feel like I might transform the village at some point. And like I might transform the terrain and like maybe like have like some massive rocks going up like and around all the way up there, and then tear this all back a few blocks and allow the water to go all the way around here instead of going all the way around all these houses. So take all that away, and I take the water level back a few the water back a few blocks. I feel like that could do and look nicely. But overall, this village was a bit underwhelming. Unless this villager is a farmer with the wheat trade, I mean, right, yeah. I didn't just mean unless he's a farmer, I meant unless he's a farmer with a wheat trade. Alright. Well, that was a lot. Right, he's also a wheat farmer. So let's get this hay as well. Oh, there's a cat in there. If I had fish, I'd go and tame it. But I don't currently have fish. Do we have time for a little side quest? Because there's no guarantee that when we get back, it'll still be here. But you know what? Let's go for the side quest and get a bit of fish. Because why not? I feel like it. Why is there no fish? I can see drowns. And there's a cod. Alright, some salmon. And some cod. Alright, there we go. Hopefully that'll be enough. And hopefully I remember to go and press right click to try and tame it. If it's still in the pen, wherever the pen is. Where's the pen? It's up a bit, isn't it? What is going on? There we go. Right, so let's have a look. Alright, so now we have tamed a cat. What are them sounds? There we go. So now it's nearly the end of the day, so let's take ourselves back home and put our cat away. So I've just had to go and do something else. So now I've started another recording. So we were like 30 something minutes into the recording last time. But now, oh my goodness, that doesn't look the worst actually. I mean, like the house does look a bit old fashioned, a bit like old school Minecraft. But I don't entirely hate that. I think I can tolerate that for now. But I think actually I'll have to go and think on this, but I might take this house down at some point, and I might actually change the style that I build the world in to be like something like steampunk, cyberpunk, or something like that, instead of a medieval fantasy world. Why on earth do cats sitting on there still go and ruin it? Because me standing on here doesn't do anything. Alright, so there's a creeper over there. There's a spider jockey, and a skeleton jockey over there even. And now they've dismounted. So now let's just put away some stuff. and then we can go to the pillager outpost. However horrible of an idea that might be. But we've got to try it at some point, so let's just do it now. Because I'm running out of time for the recording. Because I have other things to do today. That's the wrong button. So now I've got this guy in the back. Alright, good. But now, so off we go to the pillager outpost. Hopefully the iron golem's still kicking about, so that we can get him and use him to help us. But from the look of it, doesn't look like that. That doesn't look like it's the case. It's like he might have been conquered by... Oh wait, no. Alright, I guess we can try and get him to help. So now we can go inside the pillager outpost. There's probably a bunch at the top floor, isn't there? So let's just go up. Alright, well, that's like the first death of the episode. So let's see if we can get back there without dying again. Because we have no stuff now to use, really. I probably could have crafted a bit of iron armour, like maybe an iron chestplate or something. But at the same time, I'm not sure what that would have done. If I was using a controller, I probably could have used my shield a bit more, but since I'm not very used to using a keyboard and mouse, pressing the shift button is a bit uncomfortable. So, yeah. Hang on a minute, what's he doing? Oh, why is there so many of these villager captains? I'm definitely going to die there in this thing. I probably should have gotten some new tools. And while usually I would go and turn it off, whatever difficulty it is, and go to peaceful, I want to try. I want to try the game a bit more difficult. However difficult this may be, can't be that difficult really, can it? Hopefully. You know what, I think it can actually. It can't actually. That's a surprise. I don't know if that's all my stuff, let's have a look. Armour, shield, tools, the fish, the blocks. If I had food, I don't anymore. So, yeah. I don't think I had food to begin with though. So there's some carrots in the chest, some potatoes, some more dark oak wood, some more arrows, a bottle of enchanting, and an iron ingot. That wasn't really worth it. I'm going to say that now. I really don't think that was worth it. For the effort that I went through to go and get that. I would have expected a bit better reward. Like, even if it was just like a armor trim or something. Like, anything at this point would have been better. Alright, let's just eat some food. Let's just eat all the carrot, not the carrots, all the fish. Why are there some pillagers down there in the water? I would never know. Alright, so now they've noticed me and they're trying to shoot their arrows at me. Let's just try and swim around and escape. Let's not drown. There's our boat. Let's quickly try and get away. Alright, so that was pretty much it for this episode. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. But that's it. So yeah, that's the end of the episode. And goodbye.